sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Game of Thrones Jon Snow. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the packaging. So as you can see, we do get the blister card style packaging for the McFarlane's Game of Thrones line. And I do wish that they did give us boxes like how he does with his Fortnite line, but oh well, what can you do? So on the front here, you do see the figure displayed with the accessories. On the top says ages 12 and up, HBO, McFarlane Toys, and I do believe this is Daenerys's symbol right here. I'm not 100% sure on that. Then it does say Jon Snow, and then on the bottom says Game of Thrones. On the bottom of the packaging, we do get the barcode of Blood Bust Up, nothing on the top there. Then the back here, it does display the other figures in Series 1, along with the badass dragon that I also ordered as well, but it's out of scale. But anyway, that's the packaging. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at the best character from Game of Thrones. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and when it comes to the detail, like usual, McFarlane does do a very good job, and the Jon Snow turned out pretty good. The face sculpt isn't perfect, but you can see the likeness of the actor in there. I forgot his name, Kit something. But you do see a bit of the actor in there. Like I said, it's not perfect, though. We do get his very sad eyes, and the eyes are both painted looking in the same direction, so that is a big plus right there. The beard looks pretty good, and the hair looks great. Looks just like how his hair does in the series. We get black mixed with a very dark brown. Very nice sculpt and paint all throughout the hair, and I like the added paint that they put for the hair, where the hairline starts right there. I think that looks pretty cool, too. And then for the torso here, I feel like what he's wearing is definitely way too wide. Because if you go like this, you can see where the waist really is. It should be more around, like right there. But it poofs out way too far. So we do get a piece of armor around the upper chest and the shoulders right there, which looks really good. Very nice sculpt on it. We get a great wash on it as well. We have the buckle and the strap on the top holding it together there, and then the rest of his clothing here looks really nice. We get a nice wash all throughout it, or like shading or something all throughout it, and we get some great sculpt detail all throughout it. The lower portion looks great too. And then the belt is a separate piece. I love the way the belt looks. It looks just like how a belt did back in that type of time, even though Game of Thrones is fictional. But I really dig the way the belt looks, and it is a separate piece, so you can store his sword or his dragon glass dagger in it, even though he should be included with a sheath with his sword. And this is a very soft rubbery type plastic, so it really won't get in the way of the articulation, but it is a very thick piece of plastic as well. You can even see like the underclothing under it as well, which looks pretty cool. And then the arms, I love the way the underclothing looks right there for the arms. We get some sculpted wrinkles all throughout it, great paintwork as well. And I do like the gauntlets, they look pretty cool. We have the straps right there, so you can tell where it's holding it together. So very cool looking. In the back, looks just as good as the front there with the sculpt and paint, as you can see. And then for the legs here, they turned out alright. We get a nice sculpted texture on the pants, and we get sculpted wrinkles from the knee down where it meets the boot there. We get some sculpted wrinkles on it, which looks really nice. And then the boots themselves turned out pretty good too. We do get sculpted wrinkles around the ankles there. And on the bottom, not too much going on besides one peg hole there. And I do have an issue with really loose leg joints. The left one's a lot worse than the right one, and that does suck. And I do have a bone to pick with McFarlane, which we'll go over during the articulation. But overall, the detail definitely turned out really good on the Jon Snow figure, and besides making the face sculpt a little bit better, I don't think they really could have done any better of a job. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we really don't get much included with this Jon Snow, and it is a bit disappointing because there is a few more things they could have included with the figure. Yeah, I know it's a $20 figure, but tell me why Marvel Legends, Hasbro, and NECA include alternate hands and more accessories with their figures. So I know McFarlane can do it as well, even if he wants to hike up the price another couple bucks like what NECA does. Not that big of a deal to pay a few extra dollars for some more accessories like some alternate hands. All we get is his gripping hands, and that is it. No alternate faces, which I understand the faces, but come on, we could have got some alternate hands, and we don't even get a sheath for his sword. So another big disappointing thing about the Jon Snow figure here. But what we do get his sword, which turned out really nice. Definitely my favorite accessory out of everything here. Very nice silver paint for the blade and the cross guard. You can see the black in the center of the blade right there running down it, which looks pretty cool. They missed a little bit of black paint there, and then the handle looks really cool too. Very nice job on that. So we do get the sword, and then we do get the dragon glass dagger, which looks really dope. I love the, like, it's a translucent plastic that's kind of like a grayish type color, and it turned out really nice. The sculpt of it looks great too, and then the handle turned out really good as well. So very cool looking dragon glass accessory, and you have to be careful. I would recommend heating up his hands because they are such a hard plastic, and you don't want to break either the hands or the handles of the sword or the dagger there. So I would recommend heating them up before having them grip onto those weapons. And then we finally just get a stand here with one peg on it, because we do have the one peg hole on the left foot, I believe the right foot actually, sorry. And then it just says Game of Thrones on there as well. So that is all the accessories included with Jon Snow. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Jon Snow, to the very top of his hair, it looks like he's about 6 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the McFarlane Toys Fortnite Drift, the McFarlane Game of Thrones Night King, the SH Monster Arts Predator Wolf, and the Marvel Legends Moon Knight. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Infinity War Thor, the Mafex Aquaman, the NECA Original Movie TMNT Raphael, and the NECA Ultimate Edition Jungle Hunter Predator. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and this is the issue I do have with McFarlane. Now, he did say from now on, we're going to be getting articulation like the Fortnite figures, and that was just a straight up lie right there, because these figures do not have the same type of articulation that the Fortnite figures do, and it's a big letdown. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing? He gave it like the 5-inch scale Walking Dead figure articulation. Like, come on, man, we want the Fortnite articulation. What are you doing? So now I don't really trust his word by him saying that, and we go back to the old McFarlane articulation. But for Jon Snow here, these figures really don't have the best articulation, and what's sad is you're not going to be able to pose them around too much. You're only going to be able to put them in just regular standing poses pretty much, so not too happy about that. But we do get one joint at the neck here, and he really doesn't look up too much. Looks down really well though. Then we do get nice pivot there, and then of course it does swivel, so the head articulation is alright on this Jon Snow. Now, we don't get any torso movement at all, and we just get a waist swivel. Like, what the hell? Just a waist swivel? What are you doing, McFarlane? He's going back to his points of articulation swivel cuts. That's not good, man. You should have gave us like a ball joint there, because you can't do anything with this joint besides swivel it, and that just limits your posing options just because of that joint right there. So not happy about that at all. That is not a good move by McFarlane. And then the shoulders here, they just go out to the sides just shy of 90 degrees, so that definitely isn't good. They do go up and down. We don't have bicep swivel, but we do have a single jointed elbow that doesn't even meet 90 degrees. We do get the swivel there though, and then the hands are on a ball hinge, so they do swivel and hinge back and forth. Now, the wrists are fine, but not the greatest arm and elbow movement there. And then the legs here, all we get is forward movement, which they go forward fine, a little more than 90 degrees, and they do go back pretty well. Gets hindered by this piece a little bit, and then they just go out to the sides. And he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, so that is definitely awesome, but there is no swivel up there, which is weird, as you can see how the joint is. It's like how the joint is on the arm right there, so not like the Fortnite figures, as you can see there. Then we do get a single jointed knee that does not bend 90 degrees, and then that's where we get the swivel at the leg right there, as you can see. And then for the ankles, they do swivel, don't really hinge up that well, hinged down pretty good, and then we get an alright ankle pivot, a pretty good ankle pivot on the figure, but overall I am not happy with the articulation on these Game of Thrones figures. I feel like they could have been much better, like how we've been seeing with the Fortnite figure, so I don't know why McFarlane backtracked with the articulation now with the Game of Thrones figure, so hopefully he does give them better articulation in the next wave or series too. But like I said, you're not really going to be able to put Jon Snow in many poses, and it is disappointing. I'm going to show you what kind of poses you can try to get the figure into right now. But anyway, that is my review of the McFarlane Toys Game of Thrones Jon Snow. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to only give it an even 6. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine online from Amazon, so you can check online retailers, and it is hitting local retailers as well, like Target or your local comic book shop. Agelessgeeks does not carry McFarlane Toys in stock, but you can get your other figures and collectibles from Agelessgeeks.com. I would recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. For the McFarlane Game of Thrones line, I do wish they could... Back of the packaging, it does show all the other figures in Series 1. Night King, the SH Figure Arts website's Monster Arts, damn it. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. The face sculpt for Jon Snow, damn it. The heck.